is light being shed on the importance of agriculture, which in the past had been ignored, but for reasons you can't easily understand, because whatever we are doing here, whatever we are saying, agriculture is a source of what enables us to walk, to work, to do everything we do, because it's a source of food. We need that. So if anyone was imagining agriculture is not important, that was a big mistake. But I think every day there is a realization of its importance. But we have also been helped by the fact that agriculture has had visibility in terms of that not being a source of our livelihoods in terms of food, but also as a big sector of business. It's not just food that we eat or we grow culture, grow crops, and have different sources of what to eat, whether it is livestock, it is fisheries, and so on and so forth. Now, then we have the land where we have to do agriculture. I don't think there is anything lacking in that, whether it is land or water, or in fact, we've been spoiled by having rains and sunshine, and in a mix that enables agriculture to thrive. And maybe that's why people took agriculture for granted in the past on our continent. But I think, as I said, we are waking up to this fact that we need to invest ourselves more into agriculture. Everything is available. It's a source of food. We need the food systems have to develop, have to grow. That's the future. That's the world over. And then, as a source of business, we have seen how people can thrive on that. Now people are going to start producing, or have been doing so for many years, for export. People can feed themselves and then be able to feed others through that trade and business interaction. That is a great thing to do. And it ties in with the climate change issues, how we take care of these challenges of climate. In a nutshell, the world has come to wake up, and therefore Africa has not been left behind. And I think we are seeing a momentum which we should encourage, and therefore be able to do that. So the point of DRC, what was it?
It was just that when you talked about it briefly at the UN General Assembly, because we're talking about the ease of access, right? And the way that we can, do business between each other as countries. Yeah. For example, even taxes. Yes. You talked about the issue of Eastern DRC having to reduce their taxes because of the level of instability there is, So those kind of hindrances on our continent, whether it's political, whatever the case might be, they are those challenges. Yeah. So it was just to highlight what you had mentioned, but I think you have answered the question, yeah. Yeah. So,
but that is anyway the whole thing. And now that we have the African Continental Free Trade Area in place, I mean, really, we have to be dealing with the production, productivity, then we have the markets, and then the African Continental Free Trade Area is the biggest free trade area now. It has become the biggest in the world. So all these are opportunities for us, for the young people to now switch their minds to something that initially had not been so important, but is more important now than almost anything else. And that is agriculture, and now the market through which we can do any trade that is linking with agriculture or anything else is there for us to benefit from.
Sure.
So I don't see really the difficulty, and if the young people tune their mind the correct way and look at all these opportunities available to us, which even touch our own lives, but also touch other people's lives elsewhere, and in between there is a lot of money to make. So what is it that they were waiting for?
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We had a second question. I don't know, Honorable Babazi, if you want to try and take that one from our brother who was speaking in French. We want to make sure that we address all the questions, or maybe Mr. Gomera, did you catch some of it? Okay, what we can do for now is we can look at the one that came last from the lady from Zambia, and we can look at how we can foster integrational dialogue, how young people can begin to put trust in institutions, and how we can be looking forward to succession. How are today's leaders setting up young people for that? I'll come to you, Deputy President.
Thank you very much. That's a very good question and a very good insight. The young population constitutes 60% of the population, as she has rightly put it. This 60% can influence and have any decision made anywhere in the world. As I said in my address, it's upon our young people to take the lead and the initiative to assert themselves and influence policy. Policy is lobbied, it is influenced through advocacy and through lobbying. We want to encourage our young people not just sit as bystanders at home. And as I said, I want once more to encourage our young people to seek for opportunities to provide leadership. And most of these positions are elective. And with the 60% of the population, our young people have no excuse at all not to occupy any position they desire anywhere in the world. They have the numbers. It's simply for them to put their act together and decide what areas they want to have influence, and then have a very pragmatic engagement with their peers of that particular age and seek for those positions, and applying the superiority of numerical advantage, take over the positions and influence policy. And we need to lobby governments in Africa to create a regulatory framework that is friendly for young people who have no experience, who have no capital, to be able to get into the business world, to be able to be active participants of the economy. But that will be done through lobbying and influencing policy. But that cannot be done if our young people are not organized and are not determined. And I want to tell the participants in this conference, nobody will come for you at home and give you a position. You have to leave home and go and look for it. And please, don't believe that story that you are the leaders of tomorrow. No. Why do you want to be the leaders of tomorrow? Be the leaders of today. Anybody above the age of 18 is an adult for every practical purpose. So why would somebody be telling you when you are 25 years that you are the leader of tomorrow? The young people between the age of 18 and 35 are the leaders of today. Please, please, let the people of President Kagame's generation and my generation not confuse you and cheat you that you are the leaders of tomorrow. You have the energy, you have the brains, you have the creativity, you have the numbers. Please get your act together, and once more I ask you, take your rightful place in the decision-making table.
Love it. Thank you so much. We are the leaders of today, not tomorrow, right? I believe we have some football legends in the house today. Where are they? The football legends. This way? Please may you stand. I just heard. I mean, I don't know a lot about football, but I just heard. Wow. Okay. So this is what you look like off the field, huh? All right. So from our legends, it would be nice to hear from. Wait, you want to come onto the stage? All right. It would be nice to hear from one of you. That's nice. If we could, thank you.
Very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Anthony Bafo, and I'm from Ghana. His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, His Excellency, the Vice President of Kenya, Honorable Minister, Representative of the UN, dear youth, Youth Connekt, can I hear you? It's a great honor to be here. We just created a project which is called The Legends in Rwanda, and to also create the Veterans World Championship. But as you have seen, I'm not alone. I'm with greater, better players, I don't know.
Sorry, I know you're good with your feet, but the way you're on the edge of that stage is making us so nervous.
Are you scared?
Yeah, please just come.
I should come to you?
That's it. Right, come center stage.
No problem. So I'm at the center stage now. That's where I feel at home. I'm not alone. Let me introduce the other legends to you as well. We have African Cup winners. We have Olympic gold medal. We have a world champion as well amongst us. And let me start with him, Lilian Thuram from France.
Wow.
And then we have Kalilou Fadiga from Senegal. Then we have Patrick Magic Mboma from Cameroon. Please come on stage.
Patrick, please may you all come on stage as you're being called
come on
up.
stage.
Yes.
Here you see Kalilou Fadiga, Patrick Mboma, Lilian Thuram, and then we have the man who is still very good with his waist, Mr. Roger Mila from Cameroon.
Wow.
And then we have a young gentleman. I'm not really happy with him because in 2003, he won against Ghana and they qualified for the African Cup 2004 in Tunisia. Jimmy Kadete.
Nice.
Wow. Yes. This is your own. But you see, when we play football, we always need a team behind the team.
Yes.
And someone also who leads us. And there's a young gentleman. We are here at Youth Connekt, and you see we are all young. And this gentleman is called Fred Siwe. He had the vision with the veteran championship, world championship. His Excellency, on behalf of the legends, we want to thank you for receiving us in this wonderful, beautiful country of Rwanda, who is also has been now like the open gate to Africa. We are very happy to share our experience with you, the youth here. And we don't want you to give up. If somebody rejects you, go and knock again on his door. If you see all of us standing here, we also came from somewhere. Some didn't even believe that we are going to make our careers. But now we are here and we have made our careers. We want to encourage you, the youth, to never give up the fight. And one word I'll give you to go home with after this Youth Connect: there's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Thank you, Youth Connect. Thank you, Africa. And we don't want to forget one person, sorry. In football, you see you have federations, and they are led by presidents of the federation. So we have the president of the Rwandan Ferrafa Federation, Monsieur Olivier, a very young man. Okay, yeah. And Honorable Minister of Sports, thank you for being a great host to us. Also, former sports lady, thank you.
Thank you to our football legends. Give them a round of applause. Thank you so much. So I'm sure you can see how the young people respond to sport, and you should have seen them earlier about how they respond to music. Just listen to this. Let me see you. Wolololo. Bugao. Thank you very much. You may take your seats. It's a pleasure and it's an honor. Thank you for joining us here today. There are very few things that bring us together sometimes when we're surrounded by differences, and football definitely is one of them, and of course music. So thank you very much for that interlude. And now we're going to continue with our question and answer session, and we're going to take our last round of questions so that we can close off our session this morning. So I'm going to come to the other side of the room that I haven't visited. We can start on this side, okay? Yes, the lady here in the brown dress. Can we get the microphone here, please? And then the gentleman in the front, please. And then, this is so difficult. This is my worst part. I'm looking for a lady now because we heard so much from the men. The lady there in the, yeah, thank you. All right, so in that order, please go ahead with your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much for giving the floor. His Excellency, the President of Rwanda, honorable guests, honorable, it's not work. I would like to start with thanking you very much from the deepest heart for the very inspiring speeches that you have given. My name is Tsik. I am from Madagascar, and Tsik is a word that means smile. Because we in Madagascar, we love happiness. As you can see with the delegation here, we are all smiling because we like happiness in Madagascar. I would like to ask you, and would really appreciate answers from you, honorable speakers. It's not working. Very sorry. Thank you so much for your assistance. I would like to ask 3 questions. Very short questions, but very clear too. The first thing that I have remarked in all the speeches, all the things that people have said, that there is a very big optimism and positive thing in all the speakers when they are taking the floor. And I would like to ask you, how did you insert that in the identity of the population? How can we also have that optimism, that positive mind? If you could share